He lifts Roger Moore up at one point, and you can see the distress in Roger Moore's face. There's no wire.
No.
He's like, whoa, friend.
Yeah. Roger Moore
Watch out there.
looks genuinely terrified during every fight scene. He looks like a baby in Richard Keel's hands.
Yeah, and I've never seen him act better.
Yeah, he really is. Probably
Then when Jaws has that grip, those shovel hands around his neck.
Yeah.
He just looks like, oh my God, please don't kill me in real life.
Yeah, I know.
I was saying to you, he looks like one of the Bond girls.
Yeah, he
when
does.
The likes of Sean Connery has a
leering at them, you know?
When he's got that bikini around your one's neck. It's the roles are reversed.
Roles are reversed this time. Jaws is putting Bond in a Me Too situation. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another finely dressed episode of Straight to Series. My name is Connor.
And I'm Ian.
And welcome. It's nice to have you guys here.
Episode 37, huh?
37, eh?
Getting close. Getting close to 50.
Yeah, nearly my age.
Half
50.
50.
Yeah, nearly.
You're dressed like a 50-year-old, I'll give you that.
That's true, I am a 50-year-old
But a
teacher.
successful 50-year-old.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Yeah?
What am I successful as?
I think you're a teacher that's got tenure. So you're not actually that good at your job.
A professor.
But you're making good money. You're making bank. Well, you're doing okay.
I made like
your wife's moderately attractive.
Moderate, and my children are.
And your kids are moderately attractive.
They're kind of scummy. One of them is scummy.
There's always, you know, he's going to dabble in some.
Yeah, and she doesn't like me at all.
Oh no,
hates me.
No. And fuck her.
Yeah.
If you ask me, fuck her.
Yeah. Well, don't. She's my daughter.
Okay, I'll try not to.
Okay. But
Took
yeah,
a dark turn there.
Yeah, and then because I have tenure, like I made notes and lesson plans when I first started.
Oh yeah, you were into it at one point.
Yeah, and I haven't changed them since then. I'm like, no, it's still good.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're like, the curriculum has changed, and it's like my notes still cover everything.
Whatever.
They were that good when I started.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to teach when I'm going to teach, and you just get out of my face.
Get out of my way.
Get out of my face about it.
I'm reading the paper.
I'm worrying about my pension. Okay.
Exactly.
Anyway, to put that aside.
Anywho,
welcome to the show. We're going to get straight into box office.
Oh, let's get knee
like
deep.
we always do. And we're going to talk about
Sonic.
Yeah, it's doing well.
Yeah, off to a fast start. It's terrible. It's terrible. There's the 10-year coming out.
Yeah.
Sonic made records. Well, he made one big record. Biggest opening ever for
a Blue
video
Hedgehog
game.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, for a Blue Hedgehog.
Okay.
On Speed.
And a video game. Crazy.
Video game movie.
We're looking at the 2019 worldwide box office now, but we should
probably...
but
I have the number here. It made 57 million in 3 days, and it beat Pikachu, Detective Pikachu.
Pika.
Pika.
Yeah, I mean, Sonic is doing well, and you actually went and saw Sonic, which we're going to be talking about.
We're talking
about that very soon. But it has beaten basically everything else at the box office, right?
Yeah, it's making a mockery of Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
It really is. Which is looking down on it.
It is, as people are wont to do.
Yeah, so it cost it says Sonic cost 85 million to make. I question that.
A bit higher maybe.
Only because we know now the well-publicized, I want to say reshoots, but the redesign.
Total upheaval of what they were meant to do.
Yeah, I had to do the whole film again. But they had to do the CGI again.
Do you think we can spoil Sonic? Do you think it's okay if we spoil it?
It's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to review Parasite. Spoiler alert for the podcast. I feel like you could almost spoil that more than Sonic.
Really?
Just because, I guess. I know what I'm saying there. Because Sonic doesn't matter, really.
Okay.
But Parasite, to me, is a movie that truly matters after seeing it. Okay. We'll get into that.
I'm going to say it to you, and then people in the audience who have seen it will know what I'm saying.
Okay.
We know what Sonic looked like originally.
Yes.
What do you think other characters look like originally?
Oh. Ooh, I never even thought about that. But do you think they got that far?
You know, just teeth.
Oh my god.
Just all teeth.
All teeth. All human teeth.
Teeth and eyes.
Gotta
go fast.
The long legs.
Yeah.
I always... those long legs as well.
So anyway, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they got that far though. Well, they probably had preliminary kind of designs. Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet they were shocking.
Terrible.
Bet they were shocking.
Truly terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What is it?
A blue hedgehog human. Like,
Yeah. But I
you
mean,
can only imagine.
it's funny because Sonic, like, oh man, this looks like a Sonic movie. You know, it's almost easy to forget what it used to look like. You know what I
know.
mean?
And I must say, it does help. Like, it does help. I watch, we'll get into it with the reviews, but it clearly, we made the point. Well, I think actually you made the point, and I don't know if you said it on the podcast, where you were saying people feel like they have a hand in making this movie because they puked when they seen the original design and they screamed so loud that the internet worked for once and something Fowler was the name of the director, wasn't it?
Mike? Is it?
Sure. It really doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
But anyway, the director tweeted saying, we hear what you're saying. Yeah. We're going to change it. And
I love that they said we. I'm going to make 100 animators do overtime and change this whole thing.
Well, at least now they pushed it back 4 months, but that was when they originally said they were going to redesign it. There was no pushback.
No.
Clearly, then they probably looked at things and went, "Do you know what? We kind of can't half-ass this."
Just spilled all over
You got a drinking problem.
I do. If it wasn't a wasted monster, I would throw my drink in my face right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
I'll throw my drink in your face.
Okay. Well, then you have a drinking problem.
Yeah.
Clearly. No, I am.
But yeah, people might feel like they have a hand in making this movie, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. But I wonder if people have a sense of ownership of it.
Yeah, fan participation in a way.
As in, like, boy, oh boy, I sure did a good thing changing that movie. Like, does that mean they're going to go out and see it now? You know what I mean?
And it seems like they kind of did.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Because in my opinion, I thought people were going to be like, no, that's not how Sonic looks. And then you see the new trailer and go, that's much better. I'm going to see it when it's on Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
That's what I'm going to do, probably.
But it seems like people went to see it.
But it's funny, kids...
Yeah, it didn't destroy at the box office, but it's doing well. It's going to make its money back.
Yeah.
It's definitely... I said it's going to be a sequel, and I am all for it just to see Jim Carrey.
Yeah, me too. Jim Carrey apparently kills it in the movie. But, my brother loves Sonic. He never played the games. He has no attachment to Sonic in that level. And I have played Sonic games, and I still wouldn't see it.
I know. I went to see it with my mate, and we both grew up on Sonic 1 and 2 on the Sega Mega Drive. We're super old.
Yeah.
We're the guys with tenure, actually. And we were both just fanboys. We were just but at the same time, we had no expectations. We were kind of it's probably going to be okay. So we went to see it, but we had to see it. And I actually asked another friend, I was like, oh, do you want to go see it? And he was like, no. He was so not interested. And he grew up on it, but he was like, did you see the trailer for that movie? So I guess not everyone's like that. But I'm a nerd. I do a podcast. So clearly I'm going to be like, I have to go see a Sonic movie.
Of course. I was going to bring my brother to it, but I didn't in the end. Yeah. He'll love it, though. What I was going to say was, I feel like with movies like this where they're like, oh, Sonic is a property that kids will love. It's like you're cutting out a whole audience by not making, not even trying to appeal to an older audience. You know what I mean?
We're kind of getting into review territory, and fuck it, let's just, you know what? Sonic doesn't really matter. Yeah. So I'll slightly review it while we're talking about box office. Yeah, when I was watching it, I was thinking, Pixar do this all the time, and it works. Why can't they just try at least emulate slightly what Pixar do? Where there's Pixar puts a tremendous amount of emotional weight into their kids' movies.
Of course.
When you're watching Toy Story 3 and they're staring at the furnace and they're like, we're going to die.
You mean the suicide pact scene?
And then they go, okay, we accept that we're staring down the barrel of death itself, and they just hold hands and they go, I accept this. I remember being in the cinema and I'm like, keep it together, man, keep it together. I had lumps in my throat as big as golf balls. I was just like, and there's some kid just laughing. I'm like, you masochist.
Masochist.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The lump is still in your throat there.
Soon to be serial killer over there.
Yes. No.
But they could have, they didn't have to go full furnace on it. Yeah. But they could have put a little bit of emotional weight into it. Yeah. This is not really. No. It's a straight up kids movie. Yeah. And when you hear James Marsden use the word gosh, you're like, yeah, that says it all.
It's a kids movie, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, I watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit when I was a kid. I don't understand half the humor in that, but I still liked it as a kid. Yeah. Kids are I just think that people are too reliable on treating children like idiots. You know,
yeah.
In some movies, whereas I think you actually get more of it in a movie, and you can give a greater lesson to kids if you treat them as kind of intelligent.
Also, just as you said, the broader audience.
Yeah.
When an adult knows, like, if I have kids, I'm going to be so happy to go see Toy Story 11 or whatever.
Yeah,
I'd be like, it's for me, but I'm pretending I'm doing something good for them.
Of course.
I'd be like, yeah, you want to go see that?
Yeah.
No problem. I'll go see it with you.
When I have kids, there are going to be a few set movies where I'm going to be like, these are the movies I'm going to show them. And I don't care if they go into school.
Scarface.
Yeah, Scarface. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The stuff that I watched as a child.
Yeah, of course.
No, but like, I don't care if they go into school and they're like, oh, everyone's watching. Hey, did you see the new... I don't fucking know.
Dora Explorer.
I don't know. Whatever movie.
Yeah, it's going to be something.
Yeah. And he's like,
Peppa Pig
but have you seen Finding Nemo? That's such a good movie. You know what I mean? Or I'll watch The Incredibles now if it's on because it's such a good movie. You know?
Do you know John Barry was supposed to score that movie originally, and he didn't?
I don't know, but the score on The Incredibles is amazing.
Oh, Michael Giacchino.
Yeah, sorry, Michael Giacchino, is it?
Yeah, it's Michael Giacchino.
Oh.
Who is about to dabble in a bit of Batman scoring.
He's dabbling
Dabble.
By the way, we were very annoyed after filming the podcast last week. Not only did the Bond theme come out, but so did the Batsuit.
It's like, fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys.
Even though last week's episode was so full, we could not cram anything else in, but goddamn, we would have tried.
We would have tried. Well, but anyway, we're going to talk about it this week.
Yeah.
Look, so...
Sonic is doing very well.
It's doing very well, and it's pretty decent. So you could
it's probably going to be front loaded. I feel like no parents are going to tell other parents that they're going to enjoy the movie. You know that way.
Yeah.
But it's a good kids movie.
I mean,
I can see why. I could definitely see kids really enjoying this movie. Yeah. And since we're actually slightly reviewing it, Jim Carrey
is amazing. I heard. Yeah.
He's 90s Carrey now. Because it's a goddamn kids movie, though, there's a leash around his neck. There definitely is. You kind of want more Carrey. It's an hour and 40 minutes long. I could have done with an hour and 40 minutes of just Carrey as Dr. Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik,
He's so good as Dr. Robotnik, but you want more. He's definitely... He can't really have that edge to his humor that you want.
Are there any transgender jokes that are going to look bad in modern day times in this movie?
Sadly, no. I wish there was.
You know, Finkel is Einhorn or whatever it is. Is that what it is? Finkel is Einhorn in Ace Ventura.
Oh, yeah. Oh, remember that scene?
It doesn't age. It does not age well.
No, I still think I'd enjoy it, though.
Remember when she kisses him and then he finds out she's a man and he's like washing his mouth out.
Oh, my God.
He's
so
in
bad.
tears. He's crying and everything.
Oh, my God. I just blanked on that.
Yeah, that doesn't age well now.
No, it
does
doesn't.
It, folks?
It doesn't.
I can still kind of appreciate it.
I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
But
it's not particularly sensitive.
Let's just sweep that under the rug for now.
Let's keep talking about it. No, I mean, he's an immature man and he's reacting immaturely
exactly
to that
like
situation.
What a kid would do.
Exactly. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
I'm not saying it's right, but he's immature and he reacted immaturely.
He's so obnoxious in those movies.
I love it.
I remember being a kid and just pretending to be Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
And I pissed off a lot of friends. I actually have this moment in my head. I remember,
just moving.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
I remember these two kids. I was on holiday, and I didn't even know them. And I'm like, hell, that'd be cool. I'll act like Ace Ventura, and I was turned up to 11, and I was tumbling around, and all. I was like,
walking around like
alrighty
this.
then. And I remember the kids being like, "You're not cool," you know. Honestly, they were like that, and
really?
I was like, alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I didn't see Ace Ventura till I was much older than I should have been. The Mask was my Jim Carrey movie when I was a kid.
Mask.
I love The Mask.
Oh my God.
My name is Cuban Pete.
The Mask. All those movies are just like Jim Carrey, run free,
on steroids.
Run wild.
Yeah.
Just
go.
Let him run.
Do your thing.
Go on.
Go.
Here's a concept. You just run with it.
Yeah.
Just same with Liar Liar. Just go with it.
Liar Liar.
It was me.
It was me.
When he leaves, oh my God, when he farts in that elevator. I love that so much. I remember watching that as a kid and definitely not understanding loads of the jokes.
Me
in
too.
It.
Yeah, but I loved it anyway.
Yeah, in your bra.
In your bra. Yeah. The pen is blue. The pen is blue.
Man, Carey was fucking on fire at one point.
Yeah, he was.
I want to see him. He was like literal comedic dynamite.
Yeah.
And he just overacts. Like that's his thing, and it works so well.
But only in the way he can overact, you know.
I know.
I really want to watch Kidding. one of these days I will sit down and watch the whole thing because it's on season 2 now, which is midway through.
Yeah.
So apparently it's an amazing show. Season 2 is on 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it?
I checked.
Oh,
Season
cool.
1 has 78%. Season 2 is 100.
He looks so old in that show compared to how he looks everywhere else.
You know what? It's the hair.
Also, I think the neck.
Yeah.
He's got the old neck. Isn't he like 58?
58.
Like, he looks excellent for 58.
Yeah, he's turning 59 this year.
That's crazy.
Jim Carrey is going to be 60 in 2021.
That's weird.
It is weird.
That guy's got so much energy. I feel like he could just power a small city.
That's what he
says. The guy's
says.
just got so much energy.
That's what he says. He never stops. He's like, I'm an idea man. I'll just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, you know?
Yeah, he was saying that about stand-up comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I can come up with materials. And I totally believe it. That he could just come up with material.
And he's like, whether it works or not, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to do it and say it and everything. I just think of it. I love that.
That'd be fun to see him do.
Yeah, I think so.
A stand-up routine.
Yeah.
I see the problem is when you're that famous, like Eddie Murphy, I don't think it's going to be refined. Because I don't know if you can really... Then again, Kevin Hart can do it.
Yeah. But I don't know.
It's difficult to do that type of shit and not have 50,000 videos online.
I was going to say, I'd want to go to a show and it's like no phones. Jim Carrey's going to do stand-up comedy for an hour and you're just going to sit there and watch him. Like,
you got to sign the contract.
Yeah,
I hate that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's like you
for someone like him.
You leave your phones in a box at the door and then it's like you go in and you watch it and that's all you do. And I'm like, that's perfect for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we kind of reviewed Sonic. Jim Carrey kills it. The movie is meh.
Let me see what's on Rotten Tomatoes wise. Yeah. It is... Just out of interest.
64%.
64. That's pretty generous, I would say.
Yeah, it's decent. Birds of Prey is on 78%. That's about
right as well.
That's about
I would
right.
say. I think that's on par.
Me too.
Pretty well. That's really the big box office news. Except for, I would just say that Birds of Prey is chugging along. And it's on 147 million now. I'll just let me confirm that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on 170. 147 million.
Wow, you really embarrassed yourself there.
No, I'm embarrassed. I'm truly embarrassed.
Okay.
I'm gonna beat myself up about that. I'm gonna do Da Vinci Code style. Paul Bettany.
Yes, yeah.
You fucking loser!
It's called.
You embarrassed yourself in front of the gun.
It's flagellation. I think that's what
it's
called.
Is that what it's called?
It's something like that. It's like flag.
Continue.
I'll look it up.
Anyway, it's on 147 million. You don't need to look it up.
I need to know.
Moving right along.
I need to know. We can move along, but I'm looking this up.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, so Harley Quinn is...
Remember he used to talk to his butt cheeks as well?
Yeah. He was like, I need the name, or whatever it said.
Or when he does a full breakdown of what happened and he just does this...
He goes... Let's watch that back in slow motion.
Oh, well, that's a different thing. But you know when he just breaks down the entire plot? He goes...
Yeah.
Like he just talks for 3 minutes straight.
For some reason, Courtney Cox and every other woman wants to have sex with him in that movie, and I'm like, why? I get it. I get it, and I don't get it at the same time.
I remember having strange, tingly feelings about the woman he's defending in Liar Liar.
Yeah,
with the sexiest voice ever.
Yeah, flagellation. It's flagellation is what it's called. But it means to whip in Latin.
To whip.
In Latin.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew that's what it was. Flogging or... No, I spat everywhere there. Flogging or beating either as a religious discipline or for sexual gratification.
Wow. Both on the top of my list, to be honest with you.
They
go hand in hand.
Which one's Paul Bettany doing it for? It's both, right?
I think it's both. I think it's both. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'm glad we agree on that. Anyway,
147 million.
147 million for...
Cost 84.5 million to make. Yeah. That's so precise, I believe that number.
For Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey.
Yeah, that's what it's called
now,
not officially.
Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Man, I knew that without looking.
Do you know what? Yeah, that's good on you.
Thank you.
I like that long title more now that it's been taken away from me.
Me too. You know what I mean?
I first seen that, I was like, ha.
I was like, what a weird title. But
That's weird.
But now that it's been changed, I'm like, no. Stick to your guns.
No.
Come on. You named it that. And you know
Own
what?
it.
Yeah, exactly. Own it. To change it to Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, whatever it is now, it's like, it's such a studio move. You know?
I know, it is.
That's why I hate it, because you can feel the greasy fingertips of the studio all over
Warner
that.
Brothers.
Warner Brothers. Change the name.
Meddling hands.
Change the name. Ultimate power.
Money.
Yeah. Stick to your guns, Warner Brothers, for fuck's sake. That's what's wrong with Justice League.
Either way, you're not making bank on this.
No, you're not making bank. Zack Snyder, if you're going to make a director and be like, yeah, do whatever you want for Man of Steel, it's your vision, let him do his vision. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of the movies.
That's what he did, though.
No.
Well, except for
Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they backed out of that decision when they were like, oh, fuck. We gave him all the money.
We gave him
the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Harley Quinn is not doing well.
No.
I think it needs to make 200 million for them to be like, hey, we can walk away from this unscathed.
And we're not going to ignore this. This isn't going to be something we ignore in our history. You know what I mean?
Well, see, it got validated. It got pretty much vindicated with 78% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, we weren't completely wrong here.
No.
But isn't it weird that Aquaman made 1.1 billion?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't understand that.
I don't understand it either.
I really don't.
I really don't.
Other than my go-to explanation for a movie doing well, which is China.
Yeah. China loved that.
China loved Aquaman.
China loved that.
And when you look at the trailer, it's a China movie.
It is a China movie.
Yeah.
Also, I think that Jason Momoa has a lot of sex appeal.
Yeah, he does.
I think there was a lot of women that did a Magic Mike on that.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I genuinely think they were like, oh, Jason Momoa, oh, he's wonderful, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas Amber Heard is nice. You know, she's very nice.
She is. She wears that suit well.
She does.
And the red-haired wig.
Yeah. Oh! Did you hear the phone call? And it talks about Amber Heard hitting Johnny Depp?
No.
And she admits to it on the phone call as well. Yeah.
Fair play to her.
It's her. No. It's her and Johnny Depp having an argument. And it's
really?
It's before they broke up. And Johnny Depp said, guess what you did? You came up to me and you hit me. And she was like, yeah, I hit you. So what? And everything. I'm telling you, Johnny Depp may have been wrongly mean. No.
Really?
He definitely.
He's swimming in wine.
I know.
He's swimming.
He's definitely an alcoholic, and he definitely threw that iPhone at her.
The guy's got way too many accessories on him.
Yeah. He's swimming in accessories and wine and
he really
more
is,
accessories.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
He's so eccentric.
Yeah.
But I'd like to think he's the Mad Hatter in real life.
Yeah. He probably is. Or maybe he's just the sad Hatter.
You want a fedora? I could do with a good fedora right now.
Yeah.
I could do with a real good fedora and a few necklaces.
Yeah.
Or
bandanas
bracelets.
and
he
bracelets.
loves his bracelets.
Yeah. Bracelets,
he's like
bandanas.
the Axl Rose of movies.
Axl Rose.
Of Disney.
But only just less sad. Because Axl Rose is very sad
He's
now.
very sad. And he wears it on his neck.
He's just an old man now, and he can't dance like Axl Rose anymore.
Yeah.
It's just sad. Makes me sad looking at him. I don't want to hear him sing "Live and Let Die" now. I can tell you that much.
That's one of my favorite covers of all time.
Yeah. Say "Live and Let Die." Anyway,
what were we talking about?
I don't know. Amber Heard. I'm just saying.
Amber Heard. Johnny Depp.
Aquaman, back to and then Birds of Prey.
Yeah, so I don't understand Aquaman's success.
Neither do I.
I do think maybe the sex appeal had something to do with it.
Sex appeal and it being a China movie.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. And kind of
waves crashing on the screen and in the pants.
It's also kind of a Fast and Furious movie.
It's made by the director James Wan.
Exactly. So that's kind of
now that's unfair actually. James Wan is a one-time Fast and Furious director. Yeah. And he got kicked in the nuts. That was the Paul Walker movie where he was just
not alive. That's my favorite Fast and Furious
It's my favorite too.
Yeah.
Is it because he died during it?
Yes. Almost exclusively because of that.
Controversial.
No, of course not. Of course not because he died.
No, it was a great movie. I actually think it's great is for any Fast and Furious.
I think it's a really good Fast and Furious movie.
I think it's a very well made movie for what happened. They had to rewrite that midway through.
Yeah. Yeah, it turned out really well.
It did. It really did.
And it
was a nice send off as well, actually.
It is a nice send off. I think honestly the send off they give for Brian gets worse and worse the more movies they make.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Because it also becomes really weird that he's not in them.
Yeah, like when Vin Diesel's
and he shouldn't be in them. I do agree with that move, but at the same time, they just keep referencing him.
You know when Vin Diesel has his kid and he's like, "What's his name? Brian. Why are you naming him? Why are you naming him Brian? That makes no sense."
Yeah.
Because Brian's alive.
He's down the road.
You can go visit.
He's living in an apartment. You can go your sister.
You can go visit him anytime. Like you naming your kid. I know we all know why you named him that.
Yeah.
But that makes no sense. Name him Paul.
I love how this is your issue
It
when it
bothers
comes to Sense
just-
and Fast and Furious?
It bothers me so much.
How about physics?
No. I know nothing about physics. I know what happened to Paul Walker though.
I don't know equations when it comes to physics and all like that, but when I see stuff on the screen, I go
wrong. Yeah,
that's not right.
I'm the exact. But you see,
isn't the writer? I think he comes from a family of physicists.
Yeah,
I'm nearly sure. I read in an interview. He's like, my dad was a physicist. Is he puking every time he watches one of those movies? Like wrong.
He's just still a rebellious teen. He's like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to not make physics work in my movie.
Yeah,
Dad. I hate you and your physics. You love physics more than you love me, so I'm going to make Fast and Furious movies.
Don't tell me gravity doesn't exist. Have you seen Vin Diesel?
Yeah, that's true. Gravity's weighing him down. No, but again, here's the thing. If I am not educated on something, you can't offend me about it in a movie because I don't know what it's supposed to be like. I know it's wrong, but I'm like, I don't know how wrong.
Well, I kind of understand gravity.
Yeah, I understand gravity, and I'm like, okay, they're doing stupid shit with cars.
Yeah.
If I was a physicist, I'm sure that would really piss me off.
Oh my god.
But I know that Paul Walker died in real life, and he's like, why is he naming him Brian?
I know.
Brian lives down the road. Why not name him Paul? You know, that makes more sense, and you can just be like Paul, and he could be like, oh, and why'd you name him Paul? And he was like, oh, his mother gave him that name or something. Brian is just so weird.
Vin Diesel beats up The Rock in Fast and Furious 5.
Yeah, I mean,
that's where I tapped out.
I draw the line there.
Anyway, we should move on.
Thomas Wayne tries to punch the mugger in Batman v Superman.
Now you're just venting.
You've got me started.
Get off your soapbox.
Oh, damn it. Okay. All I'm saying is if Robert Pattinson's dad tries to punch this mugger, I'm going to walk out of the theater. Makes no sense. No sense. Oh, I'm furious.
Get off your soapbox.
One of these days, I'm going to figure out how to work the mic. I'm going to figure out how to work the camera. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do a rant about Thomas Wayne trying to punch that mugger. It's going to be 15 minutes long. I'm going to make Ian edit it. I'm going to make him do screen by screen comparisons. I'm going to do the thing, you know, when they get a director to break down the scene, they just put the thing here and they're drawing things.
Zack Snyder would gladly break that down.
I'll sit with Zack Snyder and I'll be like, so what's your
take on this?
What are you trying to do here, Zack? And he's like, well, you know, Thomas Wayne, you know, he's trying to defend his family. Let me just stop you there, Zack. Let me just stop you there. Thomas Wayne, doctor. Why is he trying to defend his family? He's
a former boxer.
He's a former boxer?
He's a former boxer.
Really? Oh, I've never known him to be a former boxer.
Oh, look it up.
I feel like I'm getting way too
and then he just has like fan fiction for you.
He is he's like,
that's fuck it. That's what Batman vs Superman is.
Yeah,
it's fan fiction.
It is fan fiction. It's Zack Snyder
Zack Snyder's fan fiction.
Superman Jesus. Batman father try punch mugger.
Try punch mugger.
Written by Zack Schneider. Schneider. We're still on box office. Let's move to reviews.
You've seen Birds of Prey.
I have seen Birds of Prey.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. It's not egregious in any way.
What would you give it out of 5?
3 out of 5, maybe.
Okay. What would you give it out of 10?
6 or 7, maybe 6.5, 7. Yeah, 78% is pretty on the ball for me.
It is actually.
I'm disappointed by one decision they make in the movie.
I knew that you'd be disappointed.
I'm so disappointed by it because I was enjoying this aspect of the film so much. Mm-hmm. And if you've seen,
I knew it. I watched it and I was like, he ain't going like that.
I'm not gonna like it
because I didn't like it.
Yeah, because.
You can't give anything away.
That aspect of the film is, I would say, the best part.
I would say so too.
Yeah, because it's so much.
People definitely know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Yeah. You know, and that aspect of the film is clearly having such a good time getting to do this campy, cool comic book thing without any real repercussions.
Yeah.
You know,
none of this is redacted anymore.
No, none of this. You know what we're talking about, but we're gonna pretend like you don't.
Yeah.
If you've seen one episode before where we talk about Birds of Prey, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Many people haven't seen Birds of Prey. Yeah, clearly though.
Yeah, that's true.
I must say, if you're a DC fan and you're like, oh, screw this movie. It's better. Good. It's better than most DCEU movies.
Yeah,
that's not saying much. Sadly,
no.
Sadly, it's not.
This is the way you need to look at this movie. It's an Elseworld story, okay? It's just an interpretation, you know. Yeah. So just watch it and be like, oh, that's a fun interpretation of them.
I think this and Shazam, quality-wise, are kind of neck and neck.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
for different reasons.
Even though they're vastly different movies, because one's so it's about a kid. It's so kid friendly, and then you have one that's literally an R-rated movie where she inadvertently snorts cocaine at one point and then kicks the shit out of people.
It's great. I mean, all the performances in it are really good, especially from all the female leads. They're all very likable. They're all cool characters. They're pretty good comic interpretations, I would say. Except
Would you think so?
Except maybe Cassandra Cain. I would say she's disappointing in the movie, but that's only because I like 90s and early 2000s Batman.
Okay.
And I like the character. So that would be the only one that's disappointing. But when I think about it as an Elseworld story, I'm like, okay, that's a new interpretation. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I have to do better at not letting these things get to me as much, you know?
You gotta let go of it.
I gotta let go of it.
Gotta let go.
And sometimes that's easy to do. Unless, of course, Thomas Wayne attempts to punch this mugger.
Moving along. Should we talk about Parasite?
We
get into reviews?
Talk about Parasite. Yes, we should.
Something that we can talk about in a positive light. So both of us seen it last night.
We did.
And it's a trip and a half.
The longer I leave... longer I've left the cinema and I've been thinking about this movie, more I liked it.
I've been sitting on this movie all night and it gets more comfortable.
Me too.
The chair gets more comfortable.
Yeah. I'm like...
No, not that I needed to be more comfortable, but I'm actually liking it more and more.
Me too.
I left the cinema very happy, very pleased. But I'm enjoying it even more. It's so original.
It's so good.
It's so original without really doing anything. Like, it's not a real high concept movie where you're like, whoa.
No.
Wow, the future is this and it's that around it. Like, it's so original. It's hard to explain.
Thing. Oh, it's brilliant. It's excellent. Like, for a movie about social commentary, it's so good because it does not shove it down your throat.
It doesn't, even though it's very obvious what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's not done in a crappy, simple kind of way. And also, if you just took out the social commentary, if you just looked at it as a story and you weren't aware of metaphors or any sort of underlining themes, it's just a great movie.
Oh, it's so good.
And I was only thinking about this. I could not tell where the movie was going.
Neither could I.
I could not. For a second.
At any point. Because it feels not formulaic, but kind of simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, it's not as if it just jumps here and it jumps there.
It's like, okay, we're following this along and there's a logic to what's happening.
Yeah,
and everything.
there's a nice natural development.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying. And not only that, it doesn't feel like the movie is building to something and you're waiting for it. You're just enjoying the ride as you're going along. All the performances are great. I'm going to find out the dad's name because I want to shout him out specifically because he was so good. Both of us were talking about him.
He is fantastic.
He's amazing.
There's so many scenes that he just pops out of screen.
Yeah, he does. Right from the get-go,
Isn't
he pops.
It's bad that I want him to be fluent in English.
Yeah, me
because
too.
then he'd be in more Hollywood movies.
Yeah, I know, but...
I know. It's a weird thing to say, but I mean...
His name,
I want to see him in more stuff.
Me too. I want to see them all in more stuff because all of them seem like they're all just really
so good.
Everyone pops on screen. The guy's name is Kang Ho Song. He's in Snowpiercer, which, by the way, if you want high concept social commentary, Snowpiercer.
And yet a great action movie.
Great action movie as well.
And you got Chris Evans.
That. Yeah.
And if anyone has Netflix, which you all do, I'd say.
You all do, yeah.
Okja has on it.
Okja, yeah.
Which is really good. Tilda Swinton's in it. Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. Stephen Yeun.
Yeah.
He's in it as well. It's Paul Dano's in it.
Paul Dano. Again, more high concept social commentary.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
I haven't. No, I need to watch it. I will watch it after watching Parasite.
Excellent movie.
Yeah.
Really fun.
But Parasite, it's full of great performances, memorable moments. There are so many scenes I want to go back and watch.
Such a career-defining movie, isn't it?
And it is. And I also in a strange way, I don't think I missed anything. You know what I mean?
Well, we were talking about this in the car on the way home after watching it. That the only problem I have really with this movie is that it's subtitled. Yeah. I know people might think, oh, that's such a closed-minded thing to say. Yeah. But it's shot so beautifully that I was so fearful of missing either a piece of dialogue or one of the scenes in general, like, because it's so well shot that I'm like, shit, am I missing? So I'm trying to focus on both elements, and it's very hard to read and fully see the screen at the same time.
But here's the thing: the reason I'm so torn, and you're saying you're so conflicted, the dialogue is so good.
It's so crisp. It's so fresh.
It's fresh dialogue. It's crisp. It's easy to understand.
It's hilarious.
Oh, the movie is very funny at times.
It's so funny and so dark and yet funny. So the balance, man, it's just perfect. It's just perfect.
Yeah, and like, I don't we can't really get into plot because you need to watch the movie. But we just want to give like broad strokes. It's amazing. In my mind, it was totally the right choice for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't seen all the Best Picture nominees.
Me either. I've seen a good few of them now. And
yeah, me too.
I find it hard to just say, oh, that's clearly the best movie of the year.
Yeah.
I always find it hard to say, but I do think it deserves to be ranked as one of the best of the year. So why not give it Best Picture? You know what I mean?
I think it was my favourite, I will say, of all the ones we saw. Yeah, because...
I'd have to see it again before I can really say that.
I think it was.
But I did love it.
I have seen the other ones once or twice. And I think it definitely has been my favourite. Like, there are some moments in it where I'm just... Like, the two of us were in the theatre together. And actually, you should go see this movie in the theatre. It is a great...
And you can.
Yeah.
Even, like, in America now, it's because we only got it. Last weekend, it came out over in Ireland, which is crazy. After the Oscars, after it won Best Picture... Like, it hadn't been out before, where I know America has got it back again in a way. Like, there's been a resurgence.
Yeah.
As it always does, the Best Picture gets a few more theatres.
Yeah.
Like, and it's doing well, the box office. It's past 200 million and it cost 11 million to make.
Oh, my God.
Actually, should have done that in box office.
That's all right. We know now.
So it's cleaning up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird because you watch that movie. You know, I'm so conflicted because I watched that movie and I'm like, this guy, the director, what's his name?
Bong Joon-ho.
He is so good.
Yeah.
That I want him to make a big Hollywood movie.
Me too.
But then I'm like, I don't want him to do that at the same time because Parasite is perfect.
Yeah.
And it's not a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
It's a Korean movie.
I don't want his vision to be compromised in any way. If he wants to create a Hollywood movie, I'd be like, oh, excellent. But if someone's like, we want you to direct this, I almost would be hesitant to watch that, where I'd be like, I don't really want him to do that.
First of all, he should always write and direct his movies.
Totally.
Because he's got such a unique voice.
When you're watching this movie, you're like, man, this movie is so well written that it feels like a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a weird way, like, it feels like a very well adapted book.
I think he wanted to write a play. Originally, that's why he's kind of giving himself a task, and there's very limited amount of settings, sets, I should say, like in general. So like, you can kind of see how it would work. Many elements of that movie, especially just certain, I'd say like 60% of the movie is kind of in mainly one kind of area.
Yeah.
As such,
I'd agree. Yeah, but I mean, the shared cinema experience alone of seeing this movie is amazing. Like,
we had one or two moments where we just looked at each other and like, wow.
Oh, it's so good. Like, I recommend going to see it in a theater with other people.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those movies where everyone is gasping at the same time.
Yes.
Everyone is laughing at the same time. Everyone is holding their breath at the same time. Like, the movie is perfectly pitched that everyone is on the same page when they're watching it. And it's...
I love that feeling as well.
Me too.
Where people are sharing the same experience as you. Just like when you see a really bad movie.
Yeah.
And you can feel how everyone's a bit disgruntled, just like you. You're like, oh, it's like a bad smell is in the cinema.
Yeah,
and
the sighs are kind of getting louder and louder.
Or there's the laugh at something that's not funny, but it's funny because it's so bad.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, like who signed off on this mess?
One guy behind you goes, oh my fucking God, what am I doing here, you know? Yeah. Or this is the classic. This is how you know you're in a bad movie. You'll hear... a girl turn to a guy and go, how long is this movie? that's
or who is he?
Who is he again? Yeah. It's like, shh.
Shut the fuck.
Silence. No, but
I'm trying to watch my bad movie. Shut up.
Yeah. But
I missed some bad dialogue there because of you.
Because of you. I'm going to have to see this
you
again.
Bitch.
I'm going to have to see this again now. Damn it.
And I am the person who will not leave the cinema out of principle. I'd be like, I'm going to sit here and bear it for the whole movie. Now it's an endurance test. Test. I'm like, I'm not going to crack. And I've never left. Do you know? I've actually never left the movie.
Never left a movie. I don't even
I'm
leave
stubborn
to pee most of the time.
To a fault. Because now there's one or two movies, I always remember this. I won't go too deep down this hole. But I remember it was like a date. And it was my girlfriend that I'm still with. And I was like, oh shit, whatever movie we were supposed to see was sold out. I said, let's see this movie. And it's called Solomon Kane. And I remember watching it.
Yeah.
And it was just so not what we wanted. And I remember I was in debt to her for so long after that, and I was like, I deserve it because I picked it, but I didn't know anything about that movie. I just went that one, and then it was the blame. Oh my God, the blame was damaged tattoo on my forehead for so long. Solomon Kane, like, you picked this, and oh my God, I remember just paying for that for like a year, a year where like she wouldn't let me pick shit. You know that way? She's like, oh well, you picked that movie. I'm like, I just went that one.
Yeah,
you know,
that one.
Yeah. I just spun the wheel and landed on that one. I was like, okay.
One of like the guys who I'm friends with now, one of the earliest memories I have of like hanging out with them is we went to see The Host, which is a Saoirse Ronan movie.
I know that movie. I've never seen it. Yeah. I remember getting slated, and it did terribly at the box office.
We went to see The Host on a whim, and all of us were just in the back ripping the piss out of the movie the entire time.
Oh yeah,
and it was a very, very touching bonding experience between me and all my friends that I remember quite fondly. And I don't think the other people in the theater appreciated us ripping into the movie.
And that was the first time where I really, truly fit in.
That was the first and last time. Whatever the Stephen King, whatever the end.
That social validation.
Yeah, whatever that Stephen King line is where he's like, Ricky got shot in the face or whatever. You know, from the end of Stand By Me?
No, never seen the movie.
You've never seen Stand By Me?
I've got a movie podcast and never seen that movie. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I only saw it like 2 years ago because it was on Amazon Prime, Now TV. Now TV. Remember when we had Now TV?
Yeah, we had Now TV for a small bit.
Yeah, and we'd be like, oh, this movie's on here. You go watch that. And then you tell me the same thing. Anyway, what were we talking about? Parasite. Parasite's amazing. Go see it. The cinema was electric when we were watching it.
I love it. I love when you can feel it.
Yeah.
The atmosphere. Also, I went in with preconceived ideas, and it slapped me in the face and shamed me for having those preconceived ideas.
Yeah.
You said something to me, and I'm going to totally paraphrase and get it all wrong, but you said it's like two different genres.
Yeah.
Is what you heard, and that it was almost like a romantic comedy that turns into horror. Am I getting that right?
Yeah. Kind of like
it's not at all like that.
No.
In my opinion, it's not at all like that.
It's not.
It might get darker in themes at points, but it's just a natural development of the story. It's not at all like two movies.
Funny enough, it's kind of like...
And I went in with that idea, and I was like, when's the switch going to be hit?
Me too.
You know? And I was like, oh, no.
And funny enough, I was enjoying the movie so much, I forgot to look out for the switch.
I was enjoying the movie so much that I was actually dreading the switch.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know that? It was in my head, and I was going, oh, I hope this doesn't when's totally
the turn?
180.
When's the turn? Yeah. And that never happens. There's a great natural progression to the movie, so I was totally wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong. Me too. Like, I mean... Funny enough, it's kind of like, this is the way I would review it, and I don't want to give too much away, where it's kind of like a black comedy where the repercussions of what they've done are quite realistic. You know what I mean? Where it's a lot of movies would kind of end in like, oh, certain things would happen, but then there's a like...
unrealistic happy ending or something like that.
Happy ending, whatever. When
that's
really
just jammed in there. Like,
when really this is kind of a natural. Well, you know, these things happened, and then because of that, these things happen, and then
of course,
I mean,
naturally, it's like
this can only really end one way, and it ends like that,
and then we get the obvious result.
Yeah, and then you're
totally
and I mean, like when you're watching the movie, you don't know what's happening, but when something happens, you're like, oh yeah, of course.
But I love how you can't foresee any movement of the story.
No, you really can't.
If you're like, oh, well, clearly this is going to happen, then you're like, oh, shame on me because I'm a dope. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. And by the way, I don't want people to think this. Foreign film wins Best Picture. Some high concept, like highbrow movie. It really isn't. It's just a really good movie.
Yeah, it's so simple and grounded.
It's a simple, grounded movie. Dialogue easy to understand. You're not going to...
Lovable... despicable characters.
Lovable.
I love a good, lovable, despicable character.
Too.
And there's many of them.
There's so many of them.
There's a collection of them.
Yeah.
I love that. I actually love when you're on the side of the villain as such.
I mean...
But they're not like super villainous. But you're like... This is not a good person. I wouldn't like this person in real life.
Yeah.
Because they'd most likely be doing that bad thing to me.
Yeah.
I'm not cool enough to be the friend of that person.
Yeah.
I'm definitely the victim.
The victim of that person. Well, that's the thing. Like we're going to talk about it later, but in Bruges, another example of a movie where you're kind of rooting for the villains.
Yeah.
And I love it. Yeah.
And then it gets even deeper when you find out the mistake that Colin Farrell made.
Totally.
Like, yeesh.
And then, but then you're like...
I kind of like the guy, though, and I feel sorry for him.
It's like, oh my God, characters who are nuanced,
Yeah.
It's... Anyway, look, I think we should probably stop talking about Parasite because...
One thing I want to add.
Of course, absolutely.
As a subtitled movie goes...
Yeah.
I'm not the quickest reader, and this is at such a nice pace.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of the Raid 1 and 2, and I always struggle to read those movies and see what's going on on the screen at the same time, because literally they'll just say one or two words, or one or two noises comes out of their mouth, and then there's just a paragraph of shit, and I'm like, oh my god, like, you know, this is so nicely paced that it's not as if you're like struggling to read or anything like that.
The only thing I will say is, and this comes with it being a foreign film, I can't remember characters' names, which kind of sucks.
I know, I get that too, yeah.
It kind of sucks.
Because I don't relate to any single name.
Yeah. Well, they do have American names in it at one stage. And that's the only reason I can kind of remember.
But so the main characters.
Like the main character.
There's the Pack family, I think.
Yes.
And then there's the...
Other family.
I
don't know their names, and I actually feel bad about it because I like the characters so much. It's like, I wish I knew your name. You know what I mean? And that's just me being an ignorant person, basically.
Actually, we also spoke about this after seeing the movie.
Yeah.
Korean movies, the actors kind of have a style of exaggerating emotions.
Yeah.
And this is so much more of a Western type of Korean movie.
Yeah.
It's weird to say, but it's almost like it was made for Hollywood.
Yeah.
It was almost made as if like, hey, take notice.
Yeah.
You know, kind of movie. It's not as if you're not watching it going, oh, Jesus, that's not how other actors would do it. It's just, you know what I mean? Like they exaggerate things sometimes, especially Asian cinema in general.
Yes, there's an element of that. There's
a style to it as well. Yeah, like it's actually known,
and it's a cool style, and it's like anime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like their own thing.
Yeah, and I enjoy that.
This definitely kind of transcends countries and borders and all that.
Yeah, it's the Park family.
Sorry, I said the Pack, didn't I?
Yeah, I know. Only because I'm looking it up, because I was like, you know what, this deserves to be looked up because I enjoyed it so much. And then it's the Kim family.
Kim, is that the main family?
Yes,
Kim's.
yes,
yeah.
the family you kind of follow, and then so it's the Kim family.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
And the second name comes first in Korean.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyway,
so
please go see Parasite, because like, honestly, I really don't think if you like movies at all, it's really not a waste of time.
Not at all.
It's very easily digestible.
And actually, this is kind of second to that, is that it's getting developed into a HBO TV series.
Yeah, which is
with
weird.
Adam McKay involved.
Yeah, I know.
With the original director, and supposedly Tilda Swinton and Mark Ruffalo are in talks.
Oh, I can imagine Tilda. I know exactly who each of them will be playing.
Yeah. And I'm okay with it.
Me too.
I want to see it.
I don't. But again, the original, it's so perfect already.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? But hey,
whatever. Look, listen.
But if the director's involved in it, so if he's writing the scripts or is overseeing the scripts, I could get something interesting.
Look, I can get behind that.
Hopefully, though, it's a bit original at the same time. Like they kind of take that concept and run with it. It's supposed to be like a mini-series, like maybe a 5-episode.
I wouldn't like to see a Western remake of it.
With HBO as well, so you kind of know they've got that kind of certified. They're gonna put money into it. They never truly make trash.
The equivalent of the Fargo TV show to the Fargo movie.
Oh, if we get something like that, holy shit, we're in for a treat.
Okay, we should move on, because we'll end up spoiling this movie, and I really don't want to.
We've come close
I really
a few
do
times.
not want to do that. I
kind of want to at the same time, because I want to talk about it.
Yeah, but we shouldn't. Maybe at some stage when it's completely finished, we'll talk about how great it is.
The Spy Who Loved Me.
The Spy Who Loved Me. We only watched one Bond movie this week.
Yeah, we're on to Bond. Sorry, it's my fault. We only watched one.
It's my fault as well. I keep pushing Ian to record earlier and work harder.
It's because I seen Sonic and I seen Parasite.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to watch The Spy Who Loved Me.
Yeah.
But we only watched one. We might make up for it next week. We'll watch 3.
I think we're gonna go for the triple.
Go for the trifecta,
baby, the triple.
Yeah, Roger Moore trifecta.
The Roger Moore trifecta. Ian, you're finally gonna get to watch Moonraker. Finally, it's been teased again. It's like Bond. I know. You know, he's teasing it out every time.
I so want to see Moonraker.
Finally, he's gonna
so badly.
He's gonna fuck you. Finally, Ian, you're getting the call. You're getting the call up to the big leagues.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm ready for you.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
The crown jewels,
baby.
Teabagging,
and you know, you're gonna like it. I think.
Brilliant.
But anyway, The Spy Who Loved Me. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's really good. Have to say.
I watched it.
You watched it. You don't like it as much as I do.
I don't like it as much as you do, but at the same time, so many elements I enjoyed.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think this is better than The Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah, and I don't think it needs much to be better than that.
No.
I don't really like The Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah.
I like Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
I don't like his third nipple. And I'm not even a big fan of Nick Nack.
Yeah. I would put The Man with the Golden Gun is currently at the bottom of my Roger Moore rankings.
No, we're only 3 in. We're only 3 deep.
3 in, I would go...
Live and Let Die is one of my favourite Bond movies.
I would go Live and Let Die.
It's so not the norm as well, like urban Bond.
Yeah, I know, but Live and Let Die, Spy Who Loved Me, and The Man with the Golden Gun so far.
Totally, I would totally agree with that.
But like The Spy Who Loved Me, it's been 3 years since the last Bond movie, am I right?
Yeah, 3 years because of loads of different issues they had. There was legal issues as well.
Legal issues, contract issues.
The bad guy was supposed to be Blofeld.
Bad guy was supposed to be Blofeld. They couldn't do it. John Barry isn't doing the score.
Yeah, because of tax reasons. I couldn't find out more details.
Is he dodging taxes?
That's what I assume.
Yeah, me too.
So John Barry's not in it.
When someone says tax reasons... When someone says tax reasons, I'm always like, tax avoidance. Gotta be.
It has to be. It has to be
tax
avoidance. Like, what else is it?
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me pay more tax, I want to pay extra tax, please.
Yeah, please let me pay more taxes.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Spy Who Loved Me, it's real campy, but in my opinion, in the best possible way.
I think this is pure. They've hit their stride when it comes to Roger Moore kitschness. Mm-hmm. And okay, so go on.
And here's no, you can keep. And here's the thing. Maybe I'm only on board for it because it's the first time they've gone full Roger Moore kitschness,
full on.
And
the minute from the Disco Bond team
Disco
hits,
Bond.
I have a problem with the Disco Bond team, and this is my problem. It fits so well.
Yeah.
It fits so when he hits the slopes.
Yeah.
And the Disco Bond team hits. I'm like, oh fuck, this is so perfect that I'm like, we have another level of kitschness, and it actually hurts for me that it works so well. I'm like, oh shit.
I mean,
it's getting goofier.
Yeah, it's 1977. We're in the 70s, coming up to the 80s. Do
you think John Barry though was like, fuck's sake, man, I missed one movie.
Yeah, I missed one movie, and you do this to my beautiful score.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love it though. I love the Disco Bonds.
I missed one tax payment, and then I missed one movie.
IRS up my ass for 3 years.
And I fucking have to listen to this disco shite.
Yeah. But
I like to think that's how he reacted.
He probably did, but I'm like, John Barry, it's okay. I really like this movie. And then we have the great stunt. Like James Bond,
the best stunt so far anyway. Yeah, so far.
100%.
Running along the crocodiles though.
Yeah, man.
We watched behind the scenes.
And the guy actually did that multiple
They're real
times.
Crocodiles.
Those are real crocodiles. He
just tied somewhat in place. They're tied in place.
And crocodiles have good memories.
They've good memories indeed.
Yeah.
They're waiting for him.
They were waiting for him to snap at him because they knew he was going to keep doing it. Yeah.
Here comes the food.
And because Roger Moore is just James Bond in real life, kind of, he insisted on wearing crocodile skin shoes for that scene. And then the guy, obviously, when he was doing his stunt double, had to dress in them.
Yep.
Yeah. And at one stage, he gets his shoe caught in the mouth of a crocodile.
Like one of the crocodiles became a cannibal for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But
eating his brother or some shit like that.
But despite that, and despite the car flip scene in The Man with the Golden Gun, the barrel.
Hate that sound effect. Ruins it.
It does ruin it.
It does.
The jump off the cliff to silence is great.
It's, oh my god, what a glorious stunt.
The guy falls for so long.
So long, and it's one shot.
Yeah. Uncut. It's like something you'd see in a modern day Mission Impossible movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it would be Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise would be doing it.
He'd have a GoPro just so you can see his face.
Yeah, exactly.
That stunt is fantastic.
It's amazing.
I was in awe watching it.
And I will say,
go straight from the disco beat, and then all of a sudden it's just
silence.
Quiet, and he's free falling.
Yeah,
free falling.
And you're like, oh shit, he's close to the ground. And then
Union Jack, parachute.
I will say the music,
team tune hits.
The music doesn't hit right, in my opinion, for that one.
I must say, I actually like how the music hits.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. You were explaining it to me, and I was like, I disagree. But
oh, okay, interesting. Wow, we really disagree on this movie. I like
we
this.
We do, but no, I do. As I said to you earlier on before the podcast, I said, to me, it's a poorly written movie that has some amazing Bond moments.
I agree.
That's how I feel. Like, I mean, the villain. Can we just explain the villain's intentions in this movie? Stormberg. This guy, he wants to live under the sea.
He wants to under the sea. Everything's better when you get wetter. Down with Stormberg.
Finish?
Yes, I'm finished now.
So all he wants to do is cause a nuclear war.
Yeah,
where they blow Russia and America blow up each other. And he starts a society like Atlantis
under the water.
Under the water.
He can kidnap submarines by their weight because he can find them because of how much they weigh. That's never really explained.
No, it's not.
They're just kind of... Q's like, yes,
this technology exists now.
Yes, it's quite simple, really. You see, he can track them by their weight.
Yeah, he uses the flim-flam. You know the flim-flam?
The flim-flam. You know, your spleen or
and
whatever.
And of course, Bond's that guy who always has to pretend like he knows everything.
Yes.
So he's like, oh, of course, I've read papers on the flim-flam.
Is this even possible, Q? And then Q says it's possible. And he goes, I've read papers on that.
Yeah, actually, I was testing you and you passed, Q.
Yeah, you passed, Q.
Well done.
Yeah, and M is like, she's not being as passive-aggressive as he used to be for some reason.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's actually kind of okay with Bond in this one.
Yeah, they kind of get on. They're kind of more like buddies like they were in the first ones.
You know the bad guy's got webbed hands?
Yes, yeah, I did.
They don't really show that.
No, they don't address that, do they?
You would think when the actor's putting on the prosthetics, he's putting on those webbed gloves.
He was like, okay, I'm going to make sure people know that I have webbed hands, but no.
No, you barely see it. I actually thought for a minute the actor had webbed hands because he didn't focus on it. And then I read up on it. It was like, no, the character has webbed hands. Yeah. It just kind of wet. I don't know. Maybe there's scenes that were deleted, you know, they just didn't use where they actually kind of go, surely Bond had to make some sort of quip about his hands.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, you were saying, and I'll give you the full credit for this, that you were watching Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, and he said that the thing about a villain is you don't have to agree with them, but you should at least understand why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, understand his position.
Yeah.
Why he's a bad guy.
Why what his motives are, what his intentions are, and, you know, just understand him.
What does he necessarily want to achieve? Where this guy just seems crazy. He's just like a crazy rich guy.
He's a crazy rich guy who can like
loves sharks and fish. And
like
it's very hard to explain.
He's a really bad main villain, but because of that, we get an introduction to the best henchman so far in Jaws. The 7'4".
7'2".
7'2", excuse me.
Because Andre the Giant is 7'4", because we were wondering which one's taller.
The 7'2" Richard Kiel as Jaws, and he's so good. Awesome.
He's so good.
He immediately pops off the screen. For a guy who never speaks, he's very charismatic.
So scary.
So scary, so memorable, you know?
Those Jaws are just, they're horrendous.
They're great. And again, you were saying, like, he has those great moments of when he gets knocked down. What does he do? Brushes off his suit, fixes himself.
On to the next one.
You told me this great bit of trivia where when Jaws, he doesn't die at the end, he emerges from the water.
Yes.
And he was meant to die originally. And
originally they wrote it in that he died. Oh, he was dropped into, you know what I mean? Right, so in the movie he gets dropped into a pool of sharks.
Yeah.
And of course he eats the sharks.
Oh, it's amazing.
They switch it around. He bites the sharks.
Yeah.
Originally he was supposed to be dropped into a furnace. And then he bites the fire.
Yeah, he bites the fire and the fire bites him. Yeah.
So originally he was supposed to be dropped into a furnace and just die. Yeah. But the producers and the director was like, you know, this is a great character.
Yeah.
Maybe he should live and be in the sequel.
Do you know his name from the book?
No.
No, you had
No, it's a weird name.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a different name in the book, but I love, obviously, Jaws, great name. Totally. Especially for a water-themed villain as well.
I know,
But like, oh man, apparently the people in the audience cheered when he was alive.
When he survived.
Like,
they were so happy.
He pops up at the end, like, after the whole great kitschy bass is sunk that's just amazing and terrible at the exact same time, and he just starts swimming, and it's like, I believe he swims to shore. I
100%.
I totally buy that he swims. Like, he can just,
if he has to eat the water,
he'll get there. Exactly.
He'll get there. He definitely will.
But he's such a good part of this movie.
To me, he's a super goon.
Yeah.
I think Oddjob and him are the only goons so far where I go, bullets would bounce off his chest.
Yeah.
You know, they've got super strength.
Yeah.
They kind of just have super strength.
He starts ripping apart a car. He gets reversed into, and
it's so believable.
Yeah.
I'm like, he'd rip apart that van or whatever it is.
Yeah. But I mean, so we've kind of...
He lifts Roger Moore up at one point, and you can see the distress in Roger Moore's face. There's no wire.
No.
He's like, whoa, friend.
Yeah. Roger Moore
looks
genuinely terrified during every fight scene. He looks like a baby in Richard Kiel's hands.
Yeah, and I've never seen him act better.
Yeah, he really is. Probably
than when Jaws has that grip, those shovel hands around his neck.
Yeah.
He just looks like, oh my God, please don't kill me in real life.
Yeah, I know.
I was saying to you, he looks like one of the Bond girls.
Yeah, he
when
does.
The likes of Sean Connery has a...
leering at them, you know?
When he's got that bikini around your one's neck. The roles are reversed.
Roles are reversed this time. Jaws is putting Bond in a Me Too situation.
If Jaws wants to fuck you, he's gonna fuck you.
He's like Brock Lesnar, you know?
That's gonna be some hickey as well.
Yeah, man, that is not going down in a few days, let me tell you. Victim. Yeah. But I mean, like, we talked about Jaws, but again, like, there are some problems with the movie. Like we said, I think for the first hour, this is a great Bond film. It moves along at a great pace.
If anyone's listening to the podcast, you're like, wait, hold on. That's literally the opposite of what we usually say about these movies.
I know.
They're like end-loaded usually.
Yeah, the first hour 20 of this movie is so good. Moves along, blistering pace. You're having fun the whole time.
Literally the opposite.
Oh yeah,
of all these Bond movies.
It's like, oh, love it. Oh, that was a bit naff, but we're gonna keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
And then when it gets to the finale, and you're in the villain lair, and he's kind of basically the more Stormberg's in it, the worse it gets.
I know. He's so underdeveloped.
Yeah.
Because it's such an outlandish plan that you're like, well, okay, I need some backstory here. I need to know shit about what's going on in this guy's head. Because literally, he seems like an absolute nutcase. Like, what's the real reason behind this?
There isn't. Why are you going for...
I hate land people.
Why are you going for quiet and menacing with this villain when... His plan is crazy.
It's outrageous.
You webbed hands. Be a fish person and talk like this, maybe, or something.
Oh my God! And do you know what I thought? Right, when I was watching Goldfinger, I was like, "Whoa!" So Goldfinger wants to blow up Fort Knox so that the gold that he owns, multiplies in value.
Yeah,
that's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, this guy's like, "Hey, I want to blow up the world and live under the sea."
Yeah, completely ridiculous. Okay, it's easily the craziest villain plan we've had so far.
Did he have webbed hands because he identifies as a fish?
Maybe. I mean, he has some very attractive hench ladies, that's for sure.
Oh, my God, he does.
We should move on to the Bond girls in this movie. This may be pound for pound the best looking Bond girls. Do you think? So far. Because all of them are like knockouts.
I don't know if this director is into... large breasts.
Yeah, but it's pretty clear.
There's at least 15.
Like, every background woman or anyone that is implied to have spoken or slept with James Bond is stunningly beautiful.
With the chest out for everyone to see.
Every scene. I mean, we're moving into the 70s.
That's what it's late 70s as well, 77. So I think that, it's more okay
fashion
to
is
show
changing.
more flesh because we didn't see
that much.
You know what? Okay, he's fucking everyone, but you don't really get to see like their bodies that much.
No.
Now we're seeing a lot of them.
I mean, you see them in a bikini, and it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
Whereas now we're kind of like,
okay,
there's not much left to the imagination in some of these, and it's like, how do we get these women in more revealing clothing each time, you know, without seeming too creepy?
Do you think I don't think they had those conversations?
Neither do
They're
I.
like, it will be creepy.
I'm like, so you get taken by Stromberg and he's going to put you in this
and your
red dress. Yeah, your clothes fall. It's like Patrick Stewart and Extras.
Exactly. Yeah, and then all your clothes fall
He's
off.
like, and I'm rescuing these women.
And they try to put it on, but it's too late. I've seen
everything. Yes, I've seen everything.
Exactly. I don't think there's any planning. There's no like meeting of like, okay, we want to see everything. Yeah. How do we see everything?
What's the natural progression of these women to wear less?
Oh, well, her clothes falls off.
We'll just make them wear less, you know? Yeah, it's the 70s. What are they going to do about it? George Lucas once told Carrie Fisher, she was like, hey, why am I not wearing a bra under this thing? And George Lucas, there aren't any bras in space. That's what he told her. He says there's no bras in space.
All the technology, and he's like, well, no bras invented yet.
Yeah, that's canon. That and Jar Jar are canon. There you go. Enjoy. Straight from the horses.
Is that why Jar Jar doesn't have a bra?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's straight from the horse's neck chin. But anyway, Bond has a female counterpart on the Russian side in this one.
It's Vin Diesel. It's Triple X.
It's Triple X. Agent Triple X.
Triple X.
They fake you out with a George Lazenby lookalike. Turns out it's the sexiest woman.
And this is supposed to be like his equal, and then they so half-arse it. Like they're kind of like, hey, there's Bond's equal. No, Bond's better. Way better.
Yeah, I mean,
She gets the upper hand once or twice.
Yeah.
But not really using the Bond techniques. I wanted to see her bed some guys.
Yeah, or just flirt at least, you know,
right in front of Bond.
With someone, yeah,
and he's the jealous lover. Then he's like, "What the?"
Put Bond in the position that he put Goodnight. Have him hide in a closet while she tries to seduce someone.
Yes,
standing in there like tapping his foot and everything.
He's jacking it.
He's like,
he's really jacking it.
He's like, I find this very humiliating. Yeah. And then, but like. Yeah, she like when she gets the one up on him.
Because when he opens the door, Goodnight's like, oh my god, how long has it been? When she opens the door, he's like, don't ever fucking do that to me again.
Don't ever fucking do that to me again.
Don't you find me? You find me attractive, right? I'm a 5-star man.
You like me, yeah? You like me? I'm a 5-star. I'm a 5-star man. I'm a 5-star man. Yeah. Oh,
I'm James Bond.
I'm James Bond, bitch.
Chicken mustard.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, for some reason, it's like. On set, Roger Moore's like, "Don't you ever?" It's like Roger.
Bring it down.
It's a scene.
Simmer down
a bit. Yeah, we're not.
We'll get Jaws to subdue you again.
We're looking for Bond to be threatening, not domestic violence-y threatening. You know, but I mean, the actress's name. She's married to Ringo Starr.
Yeah, I don't know her name. I can look it up. I'll look it up.
Please do. She's beautiful and she's stunning. Not a great actress, but
she really isn't a great actress.
Yeah, like she's a bit flat.
Apparent.
She can't decide whether she's doing a Russian accent for the whole thing or not.
Okay, Bond.
Bond.
She sounds like she's literally reading cue cards.
Yeah. Oh, cue cards. I get it. But I mean, when she gets the one up on Bond, and when she's kind of I'm just as good as you. It's the best part of the movie, which is again...
It really is.
Which is again the first hour, when they're kind of having that back and forth.
Yeah, the back and forth.
And for example, Bond takes the keys for the car. She runs back to try and get in, and then she sits there and she waits and everything.
Yeah.
Puts the microfilm there, and then when she steals it back from him later, but it turns out he's actually already looked at it and he knows parts have been redacted,
and it's parts that she's missed.
Yeah,
of course, because she's a female.
Yeah,
she doesn't know as well as Bond knows.
You see, I thought they went a step too far there. For him to say, I looked at it and I've seen that you've redacted some stuff, not to be like, I looked at it and you've missed something, you dumb idiot, stupid woman.
Yeah, I know.
How can you be as good as a man at this?
Yeah,
it's just. Anyway, what's her name? Barbara Bach. Anya Amasova.
Ooh, I like that.
Agent Amasova. Yeah, and a Bond...
Pure sex, honestly.
I love how, in every Bond movie, there is how can Bond have sex? How can we set it up so this woman would never have sex with James Bond, just so he can have sex with her?
Oh, it's perfect. It's actually one of the best ones.
It is.
It's the best kind of story elements that they never do, really.
Yeah. Bond kills her boyfriend. And she doesn't know that at the beginning.
Yeah.
She finds out later on in the movie, and then for the rest of the movie, there's this tension there because she clearly likes him,
a bit of that,
and she realizes that she has these feelings for him. But he also killed her last boyfriend, who was, in fairness, trying to kill him. It's a bit.
Totally.
So there's a great dynamic back and forth that they don't develop enough.
Not at all.
For the rest of the movie, she's kind of, again, relegated to the back seat.
She says, okay, at the end of this mission, I'm going to put this bullet in the back of your head.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Then it's almost like she kind of forgets.
And at the end, it's played for laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like
it was we knew it was never going to happen.
Yeah.
But there's no intention in her eyes. When she puts the gun up to him, she's just like, I want to be powerful.
Yeah.
But you've already seduced me completely.
Yeah. There could have been a moment.
Sexually, I am absolutely yours.
And
he knows it.
Yeah.
He's not bothered at all. He's like, I'm trying to open a bottle of champagne. Put the gun away.
Can you put...
You want to see a weapon?
Yeah.
You want to see a weapon?
You want to see a weapon?
I don't shoot blanks.
Normally, where I come from, a convicted man gets a last request. She says, what's your last request?
Anal.
Boop. yeah, anal. Anal, please. No, he says, let's get out of these wet clothes.
Oh my god.
And then she smiles, and she's barely being covered by anything anyway.
Yeah.
She wears some beautiful outfits in this.
We should say that Stormberg's escape pod is a bed.
It's a fuck pad.
It's a fuck pad. It is. It's a total fuck pad. There's no food anywhere.
Yeah.
There's just champagne.
If Careless Whisper had come out by then, it would be playing when you got in there.
On repeat.
Yeah, the second you step in there, that's the thing. Maybe it did come out. No,
yeah. Do you have water? No, but I've got candles.
Yeah. It's just candle lighting.
I know.
And for some reason, it has a big peephole that has a curtain as well. So so everyone's boss can leer in as the two of them are
Bond. You.
Bond, what are you doing, 007?
What are you doing to finger wag from him?
And then Bond goes, keeping up relations for the country, and then the curtain comes down, and then it goes, the spy who loved me.
USO. Oh God, the Navy singing the theme tune.
We disagree on the theme tune. I love the theme tune. I think it's
a great song. But
you think it's a great song,
you
but
know
not
what,
a good
though?
Bond theme.
I'm going back on what I said.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. When we were watching it there, I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Actually, I do love that song. And I do think it's a great Bond tune.
I think it.
I missed the brass, and I kind of. I'm expecting it, but no, it is. It's a really good song.
I think it has all the right hits for a good Bond song.
When I was listening to it, I was like, oh shit, I'm going back on what I said. Yeah, you're right. It's really good.
Yeah, I think it does a good job of walking the line, like Goldfinger and everything does, where it's kind of like a ballad.
Yeah.
But then it's powerful, and it's really good.
It's the excuse me. It's the first Bond tune to not be named after the movie.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's the first Bond tune because it's not called "The Spy Who Loved Me."
What's the song called?
No One Does It Better. I think it's called.
Oh yes, it's Nobody Does It Better. Yeah,
Nobody Does It Better. That's the first one.
Wow.
Where it's not named directly after the movie, even though the title is in the lyrics.
What about the "We've Got All the Time in the World" by on Her Majesty's Secret Service?
It must be called "You Only Live Twice." It must be. I've read.
No, not "You Only Live Twice." On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, that'd be weird if the song was called. Oh yeah, but that's not really a Bond theme. They don't have it at the start.
It is the theme, but it's not.
It's in it.
Yeah.
During a romantic montage.
Yeah, with Diana Rigg.
We're gonna need a montage. Even Rocky had a montage. I've got some trivia about this movie.
Okay, hit me with it.
A huge popular figure in musical history.
Yeah.
This was his final movie.
His final movie?
Well, his final movie that he's seen in the cinema, at least.
Oh.
This was Elvis's last movie that he's seen in a cinema. That's confirmed.
Oh.
I read that in IMDb's trivia, and I was like, I gotta confirm this. And I looked at multiple sources. This was the last movie that he's seen in a cinema, at least. Maybe he watched something at home.
IMDb is such a shithole for trivia.
I know.
It's awful.
You can read. You read one thing saying, "Oh well, Roger Moore was 47 while he was making this movie." Then you look at another one. Roger Moore was 17 when he made this movie.
Man, it's where good trivia goes to die. Anyway, we won't get into that.
So I had to confirm it, and I looked at a few different websites, and it was 6 days before his death.
Oh.
He's seen that movie in the cinema. Now he was a movie buff.
I like how Bond has sex with the girls.
I need to do a Bond team tune at one point.
Yeah, but I've been to Elvis's house. I went on a tour of it.
In Graceland?
In Graceland, yeah, when I was there.
Cool.
And he was big. It was a huge movie buff. Like his home theater downstairs, it was decked out. Like it was so cool for the time.
So
obviously.
he probably watched other movies after that, but that was the last one that he's seen in a cinema.
Man,
6 days before his death.
That's so cool. What about the soundstage stuff?
Oh, I've got a glorious, beautiful piece of trivia. So the soundstage was the biggest soundstage ever made at the time.
Yeah,
it was huge. They spent over $1 million on the set for what was the set for? It was
the ocean.
It's not his lair, not the bad guy's lair, but his boat, his ship.
Oh, okay.
You know, where all the action happens at the end, where it actually kind of just loses the run of itself. Yeah, strangely,
it really
for
does.
a Bond movie, you're like, oh, I don't really care much for the ending.
Yeah, me neither.
Anyway, the soundstage was so vast, it was so huge, and the cinematographer, I forget his name.
By the way, this movie sits at a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is pretty fair. You know, that's about
it is actually.
That's about in line with what I would say.
And they're modern reviews, by the way.
Yeah, modern reviews.
But here, let me get this out because this is beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
So Claude Rene, you would maybe say? Would you say?
Renoir, whatever.
Either way, he was the cinematographer. His eyesight was deteriorating at the time, and the set was so vast that where they were putting the cameras, he couldn't clearly see the ending of the set.
Holy shit!
So he couldn't figure out how to adequately light certain parts of the set because you had to look at it from where the camera was going to be.
Jesus!
And he couldn't figure it out. So his friend came to advise him. A little guy called Stanley Kubrick.
No.
Had a secret set visit where he advised him on how to light certain parts of the set.
That's so cool.
Wow. So cool.
Man, I'm glad you told me that. That's
also,
awesome.
Spielberg nearly directed this movie as well.
Steven Spielberg.
But imagine Stanley Kubrick on the set.
Imagine Stanley Kubrick helping the cinematographer for a Steven Spielberg movie.
That'd be so weird.
Anyway, we should move off this because there's lots of big news, but I really like this movie. I think when it comes to the kitschness of the Roger Moore ones, if you're gonna watch one, watch this.
Oh my fully God. Embraces
we
it.
never talked about the underwater car. The car is
the Lotus.
The Lotus.
What's it called? Esp something.
Yeah. Anyway, it's so good. It's so iconic.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Esprit. Lotus Esprit.
It's the Roger Moore car. Like when you think of Roger Moore, this would be the car.
Definitely. I thought I went in my head. I went, oh, I've never seen this movie before. Mm-hmm. And then the car arrived, and I was like, oh.
I know what
I've seen this movie. That's the underwater car.
Yeah.
It's done so well.
It's done beautifully. When it goes into the water, when it drives out, the use of miniatures, everything about it is amazing.
It's such a cool car.
The car chase,
so iconic.
The car chase leading up to it is great. Like everything to do with the Lotus is awesome.
Jaws and the Lotus, for me, are the biggest elements that I just took with me as a child.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, well,
I don't even remember the whole underwater base.
Neither do I.
Just as a kid, I just never took it in.
No, me neither. But I mean, that's the thing a kid would take away: the cool henchman and the cool car.
And the cool car. Yeah. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah. And I had a toy that was this Lotus, and it would transform from a car into the Lotus.
Oh my God! I want it.
I had it in the bath with me all the time when I was a kid.
That's the sort of thing then you throw away, and then later on you're like, I wish I kept that.
Where's my Lotus?
That's so cool.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, we should move on. Because we've done reviews. Should we do trailers, or do you want to just move on to news and talk about? Because there is big news. There's the Billie Eilish Bond theme.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Do you want to pull up the Batsuit reveal and we can watch it again just to remind ourselves? Yeah,
gladly.
Excellent. Okay. So, while we're on the subject of Bond, we should talk about the new Billie Eilish theme for No Time to Die.
No Time to Die. What's it called?
No Time to Die.
No Time to Die.
No Time to Die. She really flipped the switch on that
Whoa.
one. So, I like the song. I thought it was pretty good. It's not a great Bond theme.
I don't hear it as a Bond theme.
Yeah, it's a good song. There are definitely like...
it is a good song.
Yeah. There are like Bond elements in it for sure. Like I see what they're going for.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe when I see it over the title sequence, I'll be like, well, maybe this fits a bit more.
I have problems with it though.
Yeah.
I think it's where it's placed.
Yeah.
Skyfall.
Yeah. Ballad.
A Bond ballad.
Yeah.
Then we have
Writing on the Wall.
Yeah, Spectre. Writing on the Wall.
Ballad.
No venom in it.
No.
Nice and soft. Mm-hmm. And then we've Billie Eilish, a ballad again.
Yeah.
It gets intense for a minute.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of quiet again.
Yeah.
That's my problem, actually. It's just like, it's 3 in a row.
I know. And like, it's funny.
I miss the brass. I miss the stabs.
Me too. And when you pointed that out to me, I 100% changed my opinion where I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm sick of this trio of ballads. You know, I really wanted... I would have liked something that hit a bit heavier because again that's what we like about Daniel Craig's Bonds. You know, he's a bruiser, he was a heavy hitter. He's very intimidating. He's like ruthless, and his themes are all kind of melodramatic and everything. And
Casino Royale was great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that Chris Cornell one. I know it's cheesy, but I love it.
And the Quantum of Solace, I'm a fan. I don't know. Do you know what I like about the Quantum of Solace theme is that Jack White went into it going, I'm making a Bond team.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And even if you don't like it, you could so hear the Bond elements of it. Mm-hmm. And when I listened to the last 3 songs, Skyfall though had a Bond drama about it.
Absolutely. And I think it was appropriate after the 2 songs before.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Where Writing on the Wall, I just don't like it.
Don't like it at all.
I don't like it. It's just too nice.
You know what?
That's what my problem is.
There's no edge.
No edge. Where at least Skyfall, as I said, there's drama. You feel it. Where I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And I mean, even like for the themes of Skyfall and everything, the song. I think it's a great.
As you said, the placement though, it is perfect because we had these 2 hard-hitting Bond teams. You're like, now we have a more sadder one.
Yeah, I was going to say...
And Bond gets a lot deeper in Skyfall.
I was going to say it complements the movie. I was trying to think of the word complements. Complements the movie very well.
It really does. The whole theme of the movie, we get to see more of Bond.
Yeah.
More of his backstory.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly placed.
He's in a sadder place in his life, you know?
100%.
And then Spectre, I haven't seen, so I really can't comment on how it you know, complements the movie. But I really don't like the theme that it has no teeth and it starts off decent where I'm like, oh, this could be something.
Yeah.
And it's really lame. It's just lame.
Yeah, the chorus is so flat. Yeah. It's just so flat. You're like, oh, okay, the chorus happened.
Yeah. Whereas...
Because you feel like, see, it's so small at the start that you're like, oh, well, the chorus is going to... It's going to hit in.
The writing on the wall, we're going to get big note, you know, and it's going to be...
Oh, the chorus has less balls.
Yeah, it has less balls.
Than the verse. Oh. So now we're in minus balls.
Yeah, we're minus on the balls now, and it's just no fun. I don't have fun when I listen to it. Whereas Billie Eilish's song, I actually am enjoying it. Like, I'm having a bit of fun. Like, when it goes, we'll have fun, and when it's like that, I'm like, I really enjoy those... all that. It's fun, but it's another ballad.
It is another ballad, and it's an adequate song.
Yeah,
I like it as a song.
Me too.
And it maybe in the context of the movie, we might fall in love with it.
Maybe.
I hope so. I hope so.
I want to love this new Bond movie.
But I want it hard hitting, impactful, last
for Craig's
departure.
Outing.
Like it's his swan song.
For Daniel Craig's swan song as Bond, he wasn't going to do another one, and he came on to do this one, and it's potentially maybe the end of
Bond,
of James Bond.
Yeah.
And I wanted kind of a big
send off. I wanted a big send off. Yeah, I did.
Again, it's a good song, and if it was coming in maybe the middle of a James Bond run or something, it's no finale.
I think that Bond, No Time to Die, that song would be perfectly placed over Skyfall.
Yeah,
that whole mood, which I know we're just pretty much repeating ourselves in a way.
Yeah,
but no, that is the time for that.
Yeah, for Craig's last outing, I want it big, and I want
brash. I want Shirley Bassey.
Yeah, I want it to reflect what we like about Daniel Craig. We like that he's ruthless and tortured, you know, and all like
he's a bruiser.
He's a bruiser, but at the same time, he's a guy who's been hurt on an emotional level so many times and been betrayed so many times that he's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, totally.
And again, like his body is fucked as well.
Yeah, and they address that in the trailer.
So
like, I want something.
I just wanted more teeth.
Yeah,
and it has
really do.
And it has a bit of teeth. Yeah, but it's not there for me.
No,
and it's sad because again, like Billie Eilish, it's a good song.
I think it's a good song.
It's poorly placed, and I would have preferred if maybe they didn't go for a more contemporary artist and went for someone and really went for a theme.
Get Shirley Bassey back. I was thinking about it. I think I said it to you. I want Adele to write it, but Shirley Bassey to sing it.
Yeah, me too.
Because I think Adele has the right dramatic tone for Bond.
Yeah, I want someone to write it who's not sad. You know what I mean?
I know.
Don't be too sad. It's a Bond movie. Have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
You know,
now we are watching, we literally watched Disco Bond.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess we're coming at it from that end of things as well.
Live and Let Die, The Spy Who Loved Me, fun. You know, they're fun.
Yeah. Oh, man. Get Paul McCartney back.
Just have
Paul McCartney writes it, Shirley Bassey sings it. Come on.
Yeah. Oh,
come on.
That's gold.
There's a sexy cocktail right there.
The king and queen of Bond themes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Coming together for Daniel Craig's last outing. That's what I want.
That would be beautiful.
I just wanted something with a bit more kick because I really love Daniel Craig as James Bond. I love even Quantum of Solace. You know, it's not a great movie. I love his character development. Skyfall and Casino Royale are probably two of my favorite James Bond movies.
See, I attach a story to the song.
Yeah.
So if you think of Skyfall, it's very sad. He falls into the water, and you're like, "Oh my god, I want to know Bond's fate."
Yeah.
And then the sad, somber Skyfall kicks in.
Yeah.
And we get a similar kind of feel, where it's extremely sad, and then we've got the writings on the wall.
Yeah.
And of course, it's extremely sad again. Yeah. It's somber. You're down in the dumps. So in my head now, I'm like, so. No Time to Die opens, and we're gonna have some really sad heavy scene, and then Billie Eilish is gonna just fade in. I'm like, oh, I kind of wanted the kick, you know, the impact.
Yeah.
Because I'm attaching a story to it already. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a bummer. The start's gonna be a bummer.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, I really wanted to like it. I really wanted to.
I still think it's a good song.
I think it's a good song. I like Billie Eilish as an artist. Always have. I just... it just didn't do it for me in the end. And, I mean, I'm still hopeful for the movie.
Oh, of course, yeah. It's not as if I think the movie's gonna be bad now or anything like that.
It hasn't turned me off the movie like Writing on the Wall did. Genuinely, when I heard that, I was like, what a shit theme. How could they possibly let that be the theme for a Bond movie? And I was like, oh, I've really had no interest in seeing it. And then the reviews came in and I was like, I really don't want to see it now because I enjoyed Skyfall so much.
I got pissed off listening to the chorus
of Writing on the Wall.
Writing on the Wall. I really did. I was
so disappointing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, fine. Okay. I guess we're doing this.
Yep.
It's just frustrating. Anyway, we're going to move on to some things we're just going to rave madly about. And we'll probably wrap up on this.
Hide your movie boner.
Hide your movie boners,
We're talking about the Robert Pattinson's Batsuit.
Oh, I love it.
In all its glory.
I love it.
In all its rouge.
Oh,
it's crimson glory.
So, it's the color motifs of Batman the Animated Series. Boom. That's a win for me. The red and the black, total win for me. The body armor, piecemeal together. The stitching on it.
The stitching, you can actually see. You can see the seams.
Yeah.
We don't get to see the horns.
No horns.
Which frustrates me.
It does frustrate me. I imagine they're short horns. Or maybe,
I don't know. I just can't.
I mean, he is kind of a more slender Batman. Not slender, but like...
we need the Batbod. We need pics.
We do. So maybe they go for the long horns. It might be a bit more intimidating.
I need to see them. I really do. But here we need to talk about the presumed backstory.
To the emblem.
To the bat symbol.
The bat symbol. Yeah. So there is comic book, history and lore that was written by Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Where Batman takes... I'll go even deeper than most articles go. The reason Batman had a yellow symbol there was, they explained it retroactively, was it was giving people a target. They were meant to aim for him there because there was more padded there and he would survive if he was shot there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's...
I just thought it looked cool.
So it looks cool, and then retroactively in the lore, they were like...
Alfred was just doing like some graphic design night course. And he was like, hey, look at this, man.
He probably was. Alfred is like a man, he's like a
jack of all trades, isn't he?
He's a Medici.
He's a surgeon.
Yeah.
He's a confidant. He's a psychologist.
He's just everything.
He's a parent.
But yeah, so they explained it as the muggers were meant to aim for this because... there was more heavily padded there, so they weren't going for his head, which didn't have as much protection and all the other parts.
Not like the Ben Affleck Batsuit.
No, not unlike the Ben Affleck Batsuit.
One of my favorite.
Oh fuck! What the fuck, man? Like, that hurt him so badly.
When they do that.
Yeah. Oh man.
I love how close he is, and he just an inch lower.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
Get him in the cheek.
He's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
well, actually, with Ben Affleck's chin, it would just it'd bounce off. He'd be like, and then in that case, he'd go, I love it when they do that.
I love it when they do that, yeah. But, I mean, I love
what a strong jawline. That mugger. What a strong jawline.
What a strong jawline. That mugger gets top points for, or not mugger, that goon gets top points for being the smartest goon in any movie.
The audacity. Bam. Then he just, headshot.
He's like,
and then he's like, the minute he does, he's like, oh, fuck.
He's like, oh, fuck.
Instant regret.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
He's pissed.
Yeah. Anyway, to get back to this, so yeah, Batman, that's the origin for having the symbol there, and then Kevin Smith in the 1000th issue of Detective Comics, I think, went one deeper, and he said Batman melted down the gun that killed his parents, and he put it there, and that is what is under there. So now he's turned something that was an offensive thing that took something away that's going to protect his heart.
Yeah. Not only is he wearing the reason to be Batman in his mind, but now physically on his chest.
It's on his chest. It's underneath his symbol. He has taken that terrible thing and turned it into something positive, a positive force for him.
Physically wearing the grief.
The thing that broke his heart is now protecting his heart.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
I love it.
The only thing so now it's not 100% confirmed.
No.
But if you look at it, this is what people are suggesting.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith was not
subtle.
No, but no one spoke to him.
No.
From Matt Reeves' production team or anything like that, which makes me a little knee-jerky.
Yeah.
I'm like,
maybe it's not true.
Maybe it's not true. I want this to be true. I did not know that this existed. I didn't know that this backstory to his bat symbol existed in some rendition of Batman.
So here's the thing. If it's not true, the movie's still shooting.
And it's early.
It's early doors.
It's like 3 weeks in.
Make it true. Make it true.
You could so write that in.
It's genius. It like whether it was
Christopher McQuarrie style.
Yeah.
When he's doing all the Mission Impossibles, there's still like a work in progress. The scripts are, and then he's like, okay, I'll write this and I'll write that.
That would like. People have given you a golden idea where they've run off this thing and they're like, oh my God, isn't it amazing that they've finally done that? If I want to believe that they've done that, but if you haven't, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Because people are clearly, it would get them so hyped up, especially if it's true.
This is like one of the best reactions to the suit is that people constantly quoting this, you know, like.
So it's a genius
I'm in love
idea.
with this idea.
I'm
in love with it.
Me too.
I was only talking to my friend,
and
he thought it was completely confirmed, and I was like, they actually haven't confirmed it.
Yeah.
But I love Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Just the way he reacts to anything that when he's included in anything.
He was like, if this is true, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
I love that.
And also, like, someone said it to me that they were like, you know what, his bat symbol kind of looks like batarangs. I hope they're weapons. Here's the thing. I hope that if it is the gun, they're not weapons.
Oh no!
Because
you can't use that.
Because that's the whole idea is he's taking something and turning it into to something to protect him. Something that hurt him is there to protect him now. So for him to make them batarangs as well, I think it's a step too far. You're missing the message.
Yeah.
So I just hope that they stay. If what we've read is true and the symbol is the gun, it should just be there to protect him.
Of course, I hope this is true.
I love it.
I'm in love with the backstory of the Batsuit already.
And you know what? The best thing about it is I actually had never heard of this before.
I never heard. I did not know this existed.
As a Batman nerd, I'd never heard of this before. I'd heard of why he had the yellow symbol, but never this.
It's so cool.
It's so cool.
It couldn't be cooler. It actually couldn't be cooler.
It's the best interpretation I've had. I've heard of like the gun and everything and what he did with it.
That's why, Matt Reeves, I implore you to go on Twitter and just confirm this theory.
Yeah.
Because I need it. I need it in my life.
Just in the first trailer even, just have a scene of him melting the gun down. That's all you need. That's all you need. I'm
such a nerd. This would give me such satisfaction. Yeah. The confirmation that this is the true backstory to his Batsuit.
Or even for him to tweet out like a comic panel and it's just the one from Kevin Smith.
Yeah, a little quote.
And
you remember like what Zack Snyder did?
Yeah.
The tease Batman versus Superman and the real heavy nerds.
Yeah.
That sounds like I'm just calling them fat. But you know, like the guys, the true nerds.
The true nerds were
just reacted before anyone else. Like I wouldn't have known that he was quoting your man Miller.
Frank Miller.
Frank Miller's run, the Batman Returns.
Yeah.
And you just see people in Comic-Con freaking out and the other guys are like, I'm a part-time nerd. I have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah. I felt like a part-time nerd when they brought this out because I was like, man, it's so cool. But I understand what they mean when they say it's pieced together. You know, it looks like the Batsuit, but it looks like body armor at the same time.
100%. You see the shoulders moving, like the elements
of the suit.
The shoulders
are moving. Like I feel
it's in parts. You can kind of see that it's in parts.
The one thing people are hating on is the collar.
The collar.
I actually quite like it for two reasons. Number one, you can see the clear stitch work in his cowl, so I'm like, okay, cool. His head's not as protected. For him to have a collar makes a bit more sense. You know,
he can move.
He can move freely, dodge out of the way of things, be a bit more acrobatic.
Yeah.
And then the collar's there in case someone, you know, he's not gonna. If someone
someone's not gonna shoot him in the neck.
If someone
stab him,
if someone shoots him in the neck, he's dead. But the collar is there for just that added protection.
Bond's not going to be able to judo chop him.
Exactly.
You're the fifth villain to try to do that. Well, Bond's not a villain, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Fifth guy to do that today.
I like the cape. The cape looks cool.
I want to see the cape though. We don't really see the cape.
I like how it's hanging though. Like I like how the whole thing sits. I like. It's like in the Arkham games where when he's breathing, the suit moves with him, and it looks like he has a lot of freedom of movement as well, which is cool.
I like his tenacity. I like his whole.
Yeah.
I don't know. He wears it well. Like I mean, Robert Pattinson he's owning it.
The chin.
When he's just standing there and he gives that little shoulder shrug, I'm like, whew.
Oh.
Yeah, boy.
Have you read what he said about it?
No.
He was like, man, it's so awkward to get into, but the second you are in it, you feel so powerful.
Oh, yes.
He was like,
sorry, go ahead.
No, he was like, it's so weird because it takes so many people to fit it into you and you have to put on these movie parts, but the second it is all together and on you, you feel like Batman.
Oh, you're owning that character. It's kind of, you know, when Tom Hardy talks about meeting Christian Bale, and Christian Bale was just coming off The Fighter, so he's quite thin and all like that, and he's like, that's Batman. Yeah, whatever. Then he's on set, and Christian Bale walks in the suit, and he's like, Batman's gonna fuck me up.
Yeah,
I'm so scared of Christian Bale right now in that Batsuit. I like I felt that.
Yeah.
When you just see Robert Pattinson standing there, you're like, oh my god,
you know what?
Hell yeah.
You know what it is? He looks comfortable. That's the thing.
He looks so confident as well.
He's wearing, it's like he's wearing, as it should be, he's wearing his second skin, or depending on how you like the interpretation, he's real, but he's finally who
Bruce
he really
Wayne
is.
is the character that he created.
Yeah, exactly. I really like it. I can't wait for the full reveal. That's what I'm really waiting for.
I need it now. Yeah. I need the Batmobile.
Yeah.
I need to see the horns.
Yeah.
And I need to see the Batbod.
Apparently, the Batmobile is a glorified muscle car. It's like meant to be a muscle car on steroids.
That makes me slightly apprehensive about the whole thing.
You know what? I'm kind of the same, but with every comic book movie, the idea is trilogy. We're gonna make a trilogy of these movies.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be great. So. I like the idea of this all starting simple. This is a Batsuit I'm happy to see us build on. And if it turns out to be an amped up muscle car, you know what? It may be a bit disappointing, but
as long as it's not the Joker Mobile,
as long as it's
in the Suicide Squad,
a Bugatti Veyron that's purple, like if it's something we're going to build on and grow as the movies go, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
We haven't even touched a Michael Giacchino score. But we should.
So simplistic, and I'm in love with it. It's weird
too.
that we're getting a teaser for the score.
Yeah.
This movie this is actually a camera test. Oh, this is
screen test.
Screen test. Yeah. So this is just him like doing a fitting essentially.
I love it.
With a lot of style though.
I want to see him because of this red lighting. I want to see him lit up by some neon. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to see some neon lighting.
Yeah,
you know,
I just want to see the moonlight lighting him up.
Yeah.
Oh man, I need to see the horns. I need to see it all.
What I want to see is him having more of a flair for the theatrical. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like I really want to see him do the Batman thing of like he doesn't walk up. Jim Gordon turns the light on. He's standing behind him. He doesn't really move. Jim Gordon looks away. He's gone. Like I don't want to see him be awkward at any stage because Christian Bale, for as good as his Batman is, can kind of be a bit awkward. Like I like the idea of him.
The voice doesn't help.
The voice doesn't help.
It doesn't help.
True. And I hope there's no voice changer in this. I actually prefer.
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know how I feel about that. You know that because like Ben Affleck in Batman vs Superman, I did kind of like that they made a choice so that he's not doing a funny voice.
Yeah.
But it still feels kind of weird. Where Michael Keaton. Did nothing and it worked.
Yeah, but also Kevin Conroy. The voice of Batman in my mind.
He's Bruce Wayne and he's Batman.
He changes. He says, "Oh, Bruce Wayne is a bit higher register and a bit more affable." You know, he kind of talks like this. Whereas when he's Batman, he's down here and he's a bit more.
But it's not huge. It's just a little small character
it's a subtle
change. You know?
And it's almost like when he's talking as Bruce Wayne, it feels like he's putting effort in. You know what I mean?
Because
when he's back as Batman and he's back and he's down here, it's he's settled into himself finally. And I always prefer that. You know, and again, I'd like to see Robert Pattinson not like fall about the place, but if it's his first year or he's learning, I'd like to see him maybe be a bit too theatrical, you know, where he's like, he goes a bit too far and it doesn't really work as well as he hoped it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
you've got a lot of ideas there.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want from this, honestly, because it just seems so different. Robert Pattinson as Batman is such a palate cleanser that I don't really have... I don't have ideas, like I don't have preconceived ideas about this. I don't know what I want from this. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
Like when I got the score, I was like, that's not what I expected, and I'm so happy.
Me neither. It sounds like the Imperial March. That's what we both thought.
Yeah.
But
it's ominous and heroic at the same time.
Yes.
The right balance.
That's the exact right balance. You want, but it's sinister, it's dark.
You're afraid of him, but you know he's going to save a good person.
Yeah, totally. It's exactly. He's it's the thing from Hush where he saves a kid and he's like, man, I wish I could smile at him. I wish I could smile at a kid, tell him he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But he's not being saved by Superman, he's being saved by me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get him out of here, but he's still terrified.
Yeah.
So he's a force, but that's the thing, he's a force for good, but it's sinister. And like the way it builds and almost gets more heroic towards the end, and then it drops out and it's almost tragic as well, you know?
Yeah. I must say, this hype train is a little out of control at the moment for me. I'm just like, I love this.
Yeah.
If this backstory is true,
I
couldn't be more on board.
Yeah.
I actually couldn't. I don't know. As I said, I don't even know what I want from this because every time Matt Reeves talks about it, I'm like, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
You know when he's talking about leaning more towards the whole detective side of Batman.
Totally cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen we've seen actually some of the bad elements of the Christopher Nolan stuff, where he's taking the bullet out of the wall.
It's
so out there and farcical in such a grounded version of Batman. That's so farcical.
To this day, I do not understand what he did with that bullet. I do not understand it.
Batman magic.
It makes, to me, I've watched that movie millions of times. I love that movie. I don't understand what he did with a bullet. I really don't.
That he could reconstruct a bullet that's shattered as it went into a wall.
Yes, but reconstruct not the actual bullet and get a fingerprint from it. It's very confusing. Anyway,
I don't know.
Like, for me, when I hear Zack Snyder and he's like, it's going to be Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, I'm like, okay, cool. When the theory comes out that Matt Reeves, that the gun is the bat symbol, I'm like, that is some Batman knowledge. You know what I mean?
You got to keep in mind, this guy, Matt Reeves, had a long time to mull over the script. Yeah. He had over 2 years. Yeah. Where that there's this rumor that David Ayer had something like 6 to 9 weeks or something to write a Suicide Squad script. And like, essentially the first draft is the movie.
Yeah. I mean,
where Matt Reeves, he had so much time to work on this that he was signed on as the Batman director.
Yeah.
While he was still in post-production on The War of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. So he really could mull over it. While he was in post-production on that, he was like, well, that's there for me when I'm finished with this. And then when he finished, did all this press and all like that, finished the DVD, he just started working on this. And he had around 2 years to perfect the script. And I love that idea.
My thing is, if I was writing a movie like this, which I never will, but if I was, I'd be like, first thing I do is I bring in a load of comic book professionals and I'd be like, find me your favorite Batman stories and don't get me something that everyone's read.
Yeah.
Get me something that, and I feel like this is it. Someone came to him and was like, listen, I love this. I think it's a cool aspect. And he was like, that is perfect for a movie.
The way he describes him being a detective, and it's kind of like a Batman noir-esque kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to get a lot of hand-to-hand combat here.
Yeah, and I don't want him to get beaten up. I don't want him to be bad at fighting necessarily.
I don't think he's going to be bad at fighting.
I like the idea of him.
That confidence.
Yeah.
That he's holding just there. I'm like, oh, he can take a punch and he can give a punch.
You know what? I like the idea. In Jack Reacher, the first Jack Reacher, where he goes outside and he has the bar fight. And he says, I'm only going to have to fight 2 of you. The last 2 guys always run, And he's holding the guy there and he's like, you sure you want me to do this? Are you sure? And he fucking breaks his leg or something. I want a Batman like that, where it's like surgical.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Where he's like, he takes out the big guy and he looks over at them. And then it's like you can come over here, but if you do, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Plus, he's a different body type to like Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Where you see Ben Affleck and you're like, oh, he can just twist your head off.
Yeah.
Where this guy can't.
Yeah, but this guy looks more surgical.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah, no, like, he's gonna be super skilled.
One guy's gonna come over, he's gonna swing at him, he's gonna grab his arm and break his elbow, and like one move, and then that's like.
Do you think the wind though is gonna knock over some people?
That's my favorite fight scene.
Yeah,
but apparently there's like
I think that goon's just the smartest goon ever.
Yeah,
he's like, oh yeah, I'm not getting paid that much.
Second smartest goon. Guy came up, shot him in the head. Smartest goon ever.
Yeah. Oh, totally. In that universe, 100%. I love that guy.
Bang!
Did you see what Joe did?
Yeah.
See what Joe did last night?
Joe did? Oh my god.
He shot Batman in the head. It didn't work, but fuck it, fair do.
Yeah. By the way, if they lent into that and were like, this is why Batman's killing people, because people are shooting him in the head, and he's got so many concussions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got CTE. No, but look, I mean, it's funny. I'd love to watch the first episode where Robert Pattinson was announced as Batman and only watch the clips of us talk about it every week and just see how more hyped we get.
We just build and build. It's Matt Reeves. Every little bit of information that comes out has not been bad. The only questionable thing has been Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. And
that's it.
And I'm on board with that now, especially after, kind of taking in more of his roles like Good Time and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so on board. It's not even funny. And I just can't wait to see this. I think it's got the potential to really knock it out of the park.
Me too.
And do its own thing and just be everything you want it to be.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be truly its own Batman film.
It's going to be something special. It's going to be original. It's going to be like the Joker for the Batman. You know what I mean?
That this isn't tied to anything to do with DC as well.
I like that it's
Aquaman's not gonna pop his pecs in there.
Yeah, and I like that it's a Batman movie that's not afraid to be like, we're gonna throw a load of villains in, okay?
Yeah,
and they're gonna have roles, they're gonna be in it, and I really hope they can pull that off. Like, they don't need all to be working together or whatever. Just have them in little bits.
Yeah.
But apparently there was some leaked timeline of when things are gonna be coming out, but I don't know if it's true or not. So we won't report on it. Anyway, we're going to wrap up this episode because it's been so long. Quickly, Hunk and Skunk. Hunk.
Oh, my.
Robert Pattinson.
As Batman. Owning it. My God.
With the Michael Giacchino score.
Yeah.
It's a 50-second clip and I've watched it maybe 20 times.
Oh, my God. I've watched it so many times.
Yeah, it's so good. Skunk, Billie Eilish's score.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a harsh one.
You're mean.
It's a harsh one. That's for me.
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you think?
Sure.
Yeah, because I'm like...
She's going to pass you up on Tinder now.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's too young for me anyway. And
is she?
And successful.
What age is she?
She's 17.
Billie Eilish is 17.
Did you not know that?
No, I didn't. Yeah. And on that note...
Yeah. We're going to... Oh, there's the police at the door for Ian.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Anyway.
History. Delete.